The Cleveland Browns, a safety. They got their safety. One of the biggest issues with their team last year, not just last year, for a long time, has been the safety position. John Johnson was one of the elite safeties in 2020 as a member of the number one defense in pro football, the Los Angeles Rams. John Johnson was arguably a top 5 safety in 2020. And what John Johnson is good at is basically everything, okay? So Browns fans, you're getting a safety that can play in the box, that can play man, that can play zone, that can play deep free safety. He could do just about everything. Now, what I expect him to do in Cleveland is play a Cam Chancellor-like role within that defense that you have there, which is, again, another Seattle scheme-based defense. But I think John Johnson would be really good as a coverage player on tight ends. I think he's a very smart player, could come down in the box and play the run very well, reacts quickly to the football. And actually, their defensive coordinator with the Rams, Brandon Staley, said he was maybe their most valuable, right? Their most valuable player outside of Aaron Donald. And actually, Brandon Staley said he was the guy that he would have missed most working with. So that speaks volumes. Look at all the great players that were on that Rams defense. Number one player on Brandon Staley's list of guys that he wanted to work with or guys that he'll miss working with was John Johnson. So he's that good, guys. He really had a huge year this year, broke out, and basically doesn't have a flaw in his game. Again, the Browns had a huge need at safety. They give up far too many big plays down the field. They really don't have great coverage players. They were playing average to below average, like street free agent types at safety, right? Carl Joseph, who I'm not a huge fan of, never been a huge fan of, okay? Andrew Sendejo, who his days are past, okay? Grant Delpit, who got hurt again. And a lot of other players who just are not real true stars or even true good players at the safety position. So getting somebody that is an upper echelon, at the very least top 10 safety, who could play both spots from free safety to strong safety, who could play in the box. I believe what you'll see is Delpit play free safety, at least on paper right now. You'll probably see Delpit at free safety and you'll see John Johnson at strong safety. But I think John Johnson will probably play like Cam Chancellor type. He'll be that tight end matchup type of guy. He'll be that middle of the field zone defender. And he'll be a guy that can support in the run game. So overall, I really like this signing. I think John Johnson's an excellent player. And I think this was maybe the biggest need on your team. It was that or linebacker. And I think either way, safety and linebacker kind of interchangeable in terms of their responsibilities in the middle of the field, especially in coverage, which the modern NFL is all about the coverage, all about the pass defense. So John Johnson's somebody that's going to upgrade that pass defense a lot over the middle of the field, which is where you guys were primarily the weakest. I don't think your corner position's all that bad. I think it's really defending the middle of the field. And I think John Johnson is going to help you do that much, much better. Now, the overall contract, 3 years, $33.75 million, 24 guaranteed. Not a bad deal at all. That's upper echelon safety money, but I don't think it's too expensive. I think it's pretty good number. Now, probably less on the overall contract as opposed to the guaranteed. I think the guaranteed is a pretty high number, and most of the contract's guaranteed, in fact. So that's a little risky, but you see John Johnson as somebody that's young, that's got plenty of great years ahead of him, and is just growing into the player that he's going to be. So John Johnson, huge upgrade for the Browns. I think this makes the Browns defense a lot better in 2021.